What's up YouTube? This is Foxtail Digital coming to you again with Black Girl Stocks, and this is another segment of our top 3 option plays this week, where we're just going to go over a few different trades, stock fundamentals, and different strategies that you can do to make it through, okay? But first, if this is your first time watching this video, please make sure that you click that thumbs up button. It really helps the channel. Also subscribe and click that notification bell so that you'll get notified anytime I upload a new video, okay? So just a quick recap of last week's plays. We were pretty bearish on FedEx and anticipating it to continue on its downtrend through its earnings. And so when we were checking it out, it was at $255. It actually dropped down to $226. So ouch. Wow, that's a big drop. So hopefully you guys got in on that play. Okay, so next we were pretty bearish also on LEU. This is Central Energy. And when we were looking at it, it was at 36.77. We were really anticipating that pullback after such a big price increase that we saw fairly close to their recent earnings. It did drop a little bit down to $31, but you know, then you'll see that it has rebounded back. So it looks like it might continue on that upward trend. So, you know, make sure that you guys keep an eye out for that one. And lastly was Snap. Okay, so when we were checking this out recently on our midweek recap, you guys said you really enjoyed those. So we saw that it actually just broke out of that previous resistance zone that it had at $77, and it's gone up to about $83 right now. So that was some really good movement with this stock, and it still looks like it's in a healthy uptrend. So we'll just kind of see what's going on with that one, okay? For this week's plays, the first one is going to be MU. This is Micron Technology. This is actually an earnings play that I got from Tiblio. So a lot of you guys looking for good options to swing trade or even day trade, then make sure to check out Tiblio. And one of the best features that they have going on right now, aside from updating their option picks every 5 to 15 minutes, when you sign up, you have instant access to their Discord group, and they're going to go over daily plays there. They're going to give you updates, and then also they answer questions if you have any. So that's definitely a plus. And just make sure to use my link when you try it out so that you'll get 20% off of your first month, okay? All right, so back to this. We actually talked about this stock back in August, right around this time when, you know, it was doing very well. And right now it's trading at $74.05. And it actually has an earning release coming up on September 28th. So that's going to be this Tuesday. And we were talking about them having a lot of demand with computers and cell phones and even PlayStations, game consoles and things like that. They have a need for that chip technology, and they're really expected to have some really high numbers on their earnings. So one of the downsides is they do have a heavy dependency on China. So there's a lot of stuff going on with international trades, and, you know, just with the company having higher labor costs over this past quarter. So we'll just kind of see with that. But like I said, we're going to, you know, do some type of spread to benefit from that implied volatility gap. So as you'll see right here, we kind of have been trading in between a zone, and it's kind of looking like it formed a flag pattern. We've seen that before on previous videos when we were talking about Apple, and I mean, it just literally shot up. So we'll see about this. Now, if we go to the options, the implied volatility is okay. So their implied volatility is about around 60, then it drops down to 40, so that's okay. And these options aren't super expensive. They're pretty fair priced. So for this one, I'm going to want to do an Iron Condor. I'm probably going to pick expiration the soonest one that they have, because I'm probably going to go ahead and get rid of this after the earnings. I would go ahead, I would pick October 1st, and I would do a credit spread. Oh, and also for our market maker move, it is projected to move about $4 with this earnings, and also you'll see that on Tiblio too. So you can set up your spread zones kind of around maybe $4 or $5 outside of where the price is right now, in anticipation for it staying in between those zones. I'm actually going to sell the 77, and then I would buy the 78, and then for my puts, I would sell the 70 put and then buy a 69. What's up with 69? We've been doing a lot of 69 in the videos, okay? And so the most that we can lose with this play is going to be $93, and then the most that we can profit is 107. So that's not that bad. I'm liking the odds. So yeah, and it's looking like, oh, you're not gonna get that much for it though, dang. $6. I don't know about that. Now the next stock is CCL, and this is Carnival, and right now it's trading at $25.44. So in the past week, a lot of travel stocks have actually been in the green, but you can see that this stock really soared after their positive earnings that they had on the 24th. So they actually just announced on Friday that they're gonna be set to restart at 50% of capacity of their global fleet by October. So that's literally in a couple of weeks, and then up to 65% by the end of the year. So that's more signs of positive revenue increases for Carnival. And so for this one, I'm actually going to be pretty bullish, and just anticipate it continuing on this upward trend with the good news from the company. And then you'll kind of see with the indicators, we do have a healthy uptrend. Now let's go to the options. The implied volatility is not too bad. So for this one, I'm going to move out a little bit, and I would probably look at options maybe expiring on around the 22nd. So it kind of gives you some time. And then the options, they're really not too bad. They're very fair priced. And then also, as far as an entry point for this one going into next week, I would really want to see it continue, going upwards into the higher 25. So it's 25.40 right now. I would really want to see it start to reach the 25.75 going into Monday, and then, hopefully surpassing this high of 25.95 into 26. So that would be great for this stock going into next week. So for this, I'll do October 22nd. I'll do a call, and I'll probably just go ahead and do in the money. It's not too bad. Another thing I like about it is the high volume and the high open interest. So yeah, you'll see on here it does have a pretty high volume, pretty high open interest. That's another thing that that's kind of lucrative about it. And then going down here, I've been using this a lot. It kind of gives you a breakdown of the calls and the puts, so you'll kind of see almost double the volume on calls versus puts. So that's a pretty good indication of where the stock could go. But like I said, that is from Friday's moves. So going into next week, I will want to see it continue on that uptrend. And this one isn't too bad. 150, 151, it's not that bad. So we'll kind of see what happens with that one. Last up is BABA, that's Alibaba. Right now it's trading at 145.08. So I'm still feeling overall bearish on this stock. A lot of Chinese companies have been dropping in price with all of the uncertainty around the Evergrande crisis, about defaulting on a $300 billion loan. And we still don't know if they actually paid that tax debt yet, that $84 million that they were supposed to pay by last Thursday. I haven't seen anything that says that they paid it. So, we still don't, it's still up in the air with that. Beijing is just banning and fining some of the biggest cybersecurity and internet retail businesses in China. So I'm still just going to follow the trend on this one and anticipating it continuing downwards. So going into next week, I'm going to continue to be bearish on this. I would like it to probably drop down to 143. And then that would definitely give me an indication that it's continuing downward. It's a small price move, but it's a move in the right direction, okay? And then of course, if you saw it break that 147, then it might be definitely slowing down that downtrend and maybe trying to rebound upwards. And the implied volatility, it's a little up there. And then also these prices are a lot higher than the previous stocks the previous options that we were looking at. So for this, actually I want to change my entry price to 144. But for this, I would be more inclined to do a debit put spread, because I'm still going to be bearish on it, but I will probably be more inclined to do a debit spread because of the prices of these options. So for this one, I'm probably still going to stick with October 22nd. And for my puts, I'm going to sell the 145, buy the 150. Okay, so with this one, the maximum profit is going to be 245, and then the most you can lose is 255. So yeah, 255 to get into this play versus paying 600, 400, or you could buy out of the money and you can get one for 105, 130, but it really just depends on what you want to do. You can buy out of the money, or you can do a debit spread, whichever works for you. All right, so you guys, I told you this was going to be a fairly quick video. And also make sure that you check out this video that I just posted about moving averages. So I know a lot of you guys are into moving averages, so make sure you check that video out, okay? Good information on there. All right, check that out.